It'd be sort of like two guys that I was taking care of with my hands, one with my mouth, and then obviously someone's having sex with me at the same time.
I will get the most hate for this episode about a sex worker than I will any other episode, I guarantee it. And the aim of this is to really humanise her and to see what really goes into being a sex worker, especially in 2026. Sex work has evolved so drastically, especially since COVID. So let's go and find out. Oh my goodness.
Welcome.
Look at this puppy dog.
This is Benji.
Oh, there's another
and
one.
this is Bill.
Bill. Oh,
Come on in.
I love your
Oh,
house.
thank you. Do you want a tea or anything?
I would love one, please. Thank you.
No stress.
Benji.
You down.
Can I tell you, when I had told people that I'm going to come and interview you, or when I interview sex workers in general, the number one response I get is, oh, well, what do her parents think? What does her partner think? Do you ever get over that? Are you like, why don't people think about what I think?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting, like, even comments and stuff that I get on Instagram, the number one comment is like, oh, what does your mum think about this or whatever? It's like, my mum's actually so supportive. And it's like, anytime I comment that back, people are like, oh, sure, like, she's just saying that. It's like, no, my mum's like come on my podcast and spoke about like how much she supports and like all that sort of thing. But I think it's pretty typical and pretty expected. Like, people will always go for like the obvious thing to say. So like, if it's like, okay, what does your mum think? Because your mum must think you're a big disappointment. That they think that that's going to hurt me. So that's the thing that they're...
Oh, so you think that that's sort of like the knife that they can stab
Yeah, because they probably think that they're right, but they're not.
in? Yeah. When was the first moment where, because I saw that you started with almost, was it like bikini photos online?
Yeah.
When was the first moment or video where you started showing a bit more skin and it started getting more traction?
It didn't take very long because I was getting everyone thinks, okay, you start an OnlyFans and you can just do bikini content and you're going to make $1 million and be rich. So I did that thinking that. And very quickly I was like, right, I'm making like $200 a week. This sucks. But I had subscribers and they were willing to offer like $400 for a photo of me naked or like, you know, even like a video of me naked, whatever it was. And so once I heard the price tag and the things that I could be charging for, it was probably like 2 weeks after I started that I started doing explicit. But like low key, first I did nudes.
Okay.
Just nudes.
Just straight on.
Just straight on nudes, nothing super crazy. And then it was probably like a month later that I started doing like solo play. And then it took me probably like 2 years before I started doing like collabs with other creators.
What about self-image? Because if I was to take a front-on selfie of me naked, I would delete it immediately and I would never sell that.
So that's the interesting thing. I actually was super insecure and had really low self-esteem when I first started OnlyFans. And OnlyFans actually helped me become way more confident.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you want to go sit down?
Yeah, let's go sit down. Can I just say, I love how you've styled your house.
Thank you.
It's so beautiful. Did you do this yourself?
I did.
So you've got an eye for it.
I love like interior design. I would love to be an interior designer, honestly. If someone paid me, or I'd do it for free, honestly. Go into anyone's house and do the interior.
So sorry, I cut you off about self-image before you started OnlyFans.
So before I started OnlyFans, super insecure. I'd had an eating disorder in the past. And sort of, I think when I started OnlyFans, I was in the process of like recovering from that. And so I'd put on a little bit of weight and I was super insecure. And then I'd get in front of the camera and I don't know, I would just feel so unsure of myself. And then I'd look back at the photos and I'm like, wow, I actually look really good. Or sometimes I'd look at a photo and be like, oh, I look horrible or whatever. But I'd be like, whatever, I'll just send it to the subscriber. and they'd be like, you are the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. And like, obviously that's external validation, but at that time it did help.
Yeah.
And it was nice. And so it really helped me, I guess, like grow confidence just being in front of the camera and like accepting that, yeah, if I'm filming a video and I'm sitting down, I'm going to have rolls, or like, you know, I might have a bit of cellulite or what are they called? The
spider veins, varicose veins.
No, what are they? Stretch marks.
Stretch marks. The other one.
The other one. You know, some stretch marks, whatever it is. And these people still think I'm beautiful. It's like and that's when I think I started being like, okay, well, I'm just a woman and this is what I look like. And yeah, my self-esteem, I guess, just grew from there. And my, like being a part of OnlyFans and obviously being online and stuff like that, I've had to grow thicker skin, and I just, I don't know, I'm a way more confident person now, and I don't think I could have gotten to this point without OnlyFans.
So when you're making your account, back on the first day, the first minute you make your account, I'm sure in your head is not, I'm going to be the biggest, one of Australia's biggest creators. I'm going to sleep with 583 men within hours.
Oh my God.
What was going through your head? Was it, I just need $500 this week?
No, it was I had a job. I was a marketing coordinator, but I think I was earning like $60,000 a year, and I was still living at home, and I was like, how on earth am I going to buy a house? It had always been my dream to buy a house. And I just couldn't see it being possible. And so I was like, well, this OnlyFans thing that I keep seeing on TikTok, these girls making $40,000 a month, I mean, I could do that, you know, like that girl kind of looks like me. And so I did. And then, you know, I think I forget the numbers, I'd have to look, but it's like $9,000 in a month. And that's on top of my salary.
Your first month?
My first month. And I was like, wow, like I'm already, think of that, you know, times 10 months, I could save for a deposit for a house. And so that was the initial reason why I wanted to do it, was just, I guess, like secondary income on top of my normal job so I could buy a house.
It's interesting that you had such traditional goals with a very non-traditional avenue. Do you see yourself as a traditional woman?
It depends what you define traditional. I think like I want what a lot of women want, which I want to be happy. I always wanted to, you know, live in my dream home, and I wanted to get married and have kids and all those like traditional things, I guess. But I also wanted, you know, to be myself. I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to not feel trapped by society. I think like growing up, going to an all-girls private Catholic school, I was told that I had to do these certain things to be considered like normal or accepted. And I hated that. Like I always hated all those ideals of like, we have to judge other people and you know, if you're sexually expressive, then you're a slut and all that. I hated that. So like, I think in that sense, I'm not traditional. Yeah. But yeah, my goals, I think,
are quite traditional.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. When was the first time you had sex on camera?
It was 2022. So what's that? 4 years ago now. I had been doing OnlyFans for 2 years, but on the down low. And I think I was coming to the realization that I didn't want to work my corporate job anymore. And I was not happy, and I didn't want to slave away for someone else for the next 40 years of my life. And I saw this opportunity with OnlyFans, and then sure enough, I got fired from my job because they found my OnlyFans.
Really?
Yes. And I was so relieved and so happy that day. Like, I can't explain. Most people get fired and they're in all sorts, they're upset. Was so happy, was so relieved. Called Henry, my now fiancé, and he was upset for me. And I was like, no, I'm so happy. He's like, why? I'm like, I'm going to put 150% into my OnlyFans. I'm going to work as hard as I possibly can, and watch me, I'm going to make $50K a month. That was my goal at the time. And I did, the first month.
You laugh about $50K a month, which makes me shiver and think, how much do you make a month now?
I'm doing well.
It's more than $50K a month?
Yeah, it's good. It's 6 figures a month. So yeah, it's can't complain. But yeah, like, I mean, $50K a month is a lot of money. And I was like, and I was just so proud of myself that I did it. And I was loving it. It's like, I loved that I was exploring a little bit more. I wasn't super sexual at that age. I had like a lot of insecurities around sex, and I had bad experiences, and so I was scared to explore, and it gave me this opportunity to do that and like do it in a way that was, I guess, a little bit like thrilling and exciting. And so yeah, anyway, I decided, I guess, 4 months after I got fired, couldn't keep doing the solo content anymore, wanted to do more explicit, like boy-girl videos, we call them. And then I went on one of the dating apps and I found a guy. He knew who I was because I'd been in the news a little bit. And yeah, we caught up for coffee and then we filmed a video together.
See, this is, how do you know what to charge? Because I was talking to my partner on the way here. Even if I wanted to sell a sex tape, I don't think I'm that good at sex. Like, how did you know? Did you think, damn, this looks really amazing?
No, it didn't. Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God. So funny. I still send out those videos because people actually, they like to see like, oh, where did it all begin, you know? But like looking back, the lighting's terrible. I think Justin Bieber's playing in the background and like, I don't even know what the angles were. But I think I just trial and errored it, you know? I think I might have sent the first one out for like $200 because you always want to upsell, you know? Like you want to sell, and then as many people that can afford that, they'll buy that. And then as time goes on, you kind of find your sweet spot for your price point. So yeah, I don't know. I just winged it, I guess. And then based off how many people bought it, that's where I came up with the price.
And I think I was listening to you speak once that it's actually not the subscribers that is the bulk of it. Is it like tips, or how does it work? Do people say, Annie, I want you to say my name whilst you're masturbating? Yeah.
So if you have a good OnlyFans account, I think it's something like 30% of your income should be from subscriptions, and the rest should pretty much be from messages and tips. So you need to be like messaging your subscribers, upselling content, or like custom, so offering custom videos where, yeah, you'd say like, I'm gonna make a 5-minute video, I'll say your name in it, and yeah, that's like $1,000 or whatever the price is. So yeah, I think subscriptions is important, but it's not like the main bit.
Does it take a whole team to do what you do?
Oh yeah, I think I employ like 12 people.
12 people?
Yeah, for multiple different things, you know. I've got like social media strategists, social media, this is where I film, by the way.
This is where the magic happens?
Yeah, let me just close this, all my sex toys.
So this is where you would set up your phone, camera?
Yeah, I usually film on the bed here. Yeah, I mean, it feels like weird filming, I guess, in our bedroom. And then we've got friends and stuff who live with us, but yeah.
Is there anything that is off limits between your partnership? You just said that you don't film in the bedroom, which is so understandable. Is there anything like that you can think of that between you and Henry that is a no-no?
Not really, to be honest with you. Like, I think the main thing is communication. So I think there was a point where there was sort of like a no kissing rule. So when I collabed with guys, I wouldn't kiss them. And some days I still won't just because it doesn't feel right. But then sometimes if I'm like, oh, I really want to make this a good video, I'll ask, is it okay? And he's like, yeah, that's fine. But generally speaking, it's just, it's all communication. If I ask him beforehand, make sure it's okay with him, then I feel better about doing it. But yeah.
Is the misconception that your relationship is an open one?
Yeah, everyone thinks that Henry's a cuck because he likes to watch me, have sex with other people or whatever. But that's not the case. We have a very normal relationship. Not that open relationships aren't normal, but pretty traditional, where I will not sleep with other people unless it's for filming or for work. Whereas, before Henry and I were together, there was a time when I was just sleeping with guys for fun, you know.
So you would sleep with guys for fun outside of work?
Yeah, yes. Because I was doing my challenges, and a lot of the times the guys didn't want to be filmed. And so I still had, wanted to hit, I think it was, 1,000 guys in a year or whatever it was, 600. In order to hit that, I needed to sleep with guys outside of just, filming. Whereas now I don't do that because I'm engaged, and Henry doesn't sleep with other people because he's not a sex worker. And, if he did it, he would be cheating. So.
Have you had that conversation?
Yeah.
That if you emotionally cheat or anything, it's just cheating?
Yeah, 100%. I actually think emotional cheating is so much worse than physical.
1,000%.
Yeah.
I agree.
If Henry, hope he would never cheat, but if any guy, I think, had a one-night stand with a girl and it meant nothing, that's somehow more palatable than, I guess, the emotional cheating, messaging a girl for months and then catching up with her for coffee and then sleeping with her as well. That's so much worse.
The pipeline from your friendship with Henry to engaged seemed quite quick. What was what was it?
It was a week.
A week?
So, well, okay. We've known each other for 10 years, been best friends for 10 years. And then we'd sort of, I guess it was like December a year ago, we spent the whole summer together. We were like, just had the best summer ever. It felt like we were dating. And we sort of had a conversation being like, I think we're going to end up together. Like, we're realistically, we're going to end up together, but not right now. Because I had goals that I wanted to achieve with work, and they weren't sort of aligned with what he was doing. He was still working in the mines at the time. It was going to be hard to facilitate. So we just were like, we'll put it on the back burner. Then we went overseas for one of my work trips. I think it was spring break. And I don't know what happened. I'd have to ask Henry. But like,
so he came on a spring break work trip?
Yeah. And so he wasn't involved in like the day-to-day filming and all that. But like, we'd come back to the hotel and then we'd go out for dinner. Like me and one of our best friend, Rach, she was over there with us. But yeah, it was just so nice. And then he just had like a realization. He was like, I just realized I wanted to be with you. And so he asked me out in LA to be his girlfriend. And then I think it was even like 5 days later, we went out for dinner and he proposed.
But you've known each other for years, right?
Yeah.
You're best of friends.
Oh, and like, honestly, I knew I was going to marry him the day I met him. Like, I swear. He took a little bit longer to realise it, but I knew. There was something about him that I was drawn to in a way that I'd never been drawn to a man before.
Well, I can see why. You know, you're taking him on these spring break trips. Are you sleeping with college boys, whatever, during these trips and then coming home to him?
Well, yeah, but we weren't together at that point. So, yeah, like I was out and about filming with the college students, and then also like there was a lot of partying going on, like we were having fun with them as well. And then, yeah, we'd come home and would go to dinner or whatever. But, yeah, we weren't together.
Australia's most sexually active woman.
Yes.
When I say that, does it land that that's what you are, or does it sound a bit like airy-fairy?
I think when it first started, which was like, it would have been like 3 years ago now, then it felt like it was a bit airy-fairy, like that didn't make sense to me. But now it makes sense. I'm like, yeah, I absolutely am.
You own it.
And I own it. I think I did from the day I got called it as well.
Well, you recently slept with 583 men within how many hours?
It was 6 hours.
Within 6 hours.
Busy day.
I'm always so curious, Annie, to know the logistics of how you bang out, pun intended, that many men within a few hours. Is it in groups of 10?
Well, okay, so there was a little bit of planning involved. And then on the day, you can plan as much as you want, but when you're dealing with 583 guys, things change. So the plan was we're going to start with 20 guys at a time in the room. So doesn't mean they're all doing something. I wish I could do 20 guys at one time. But like they're all sort of standing around me, and then like it was like one guy in, and then my fluffer. Do you know what a fluffer is?
I've heard you talk about this before. Can you explain?
Yes. So a fluffer is someone who basically gets the guys hard so that when they get to me, they're all ready to go. But unfortunately, my fluffer bailed and just ghosted me on the day. And so I had to be my own fluffer, which was so hard, honestly, because I had to use like my hands a lot and stuff like that. And there's so much to think about. So that was probably the hardest part of the day. And so there'd be sort of like two guys that I was taking care of with my hands, one with my mouth, and then obviously someone's having sex with me at the same time. And that guy had, I forget the timing, 30 or 40 seconds. He would have inside me, and then once he's done, the first guy, he'd be out, and then one of the guys that I was taking care of with my hands, he'd be in, and then someone would switch into his position. And so I had like, I think 6 people in the room. They all had like a different job. One was doing timing. So he was like, okay, next. And then one person making sure that that person left out through the door so that they weren't going to come back in. But yeah, and then it kind of went down to 10 guys because I was a bit overwhelmed at points. And then sometimes it was like 2 guys because I just needed a little bit more of a break. Ebbed and flowed throughout the day.
Do you get tired? Even listening to that, I'm like, you just, well, maybe you could pay me, to be honest, listening to these figures, but the head noise of it all and like clocking everything, are you fully in your body during these moments, or are you just work?
No, I think the adrenaline on the day, because I got super nervous probably like 10 minutes before. I was like, what if I can't do it? And I didn't know how many guys were going to show either, because I think I got like 1,500 guys saying they were going to come. So I'm thinking, whoa, that's a lot of men. But yeah, and so it ended up being 583. But if you told me that at the start of the day, I probably would have wigged out. The adrenaline at the time, it was so much fun. I know that sounds weird, but like it was just so fun chatting to the guys even. Like it wasn't like it was quiet in the room or anything like that. Like we were talking, the guys knew that they were only had like 40 seconds with me. So they were like asking me questions and like, they were just, I think the energy on the day was so high. And I also knew that if I took too long of a break in between, my adrenaline would drop down.
Yeah.
So I made a point to I had like 5 minutes, a 5-minute break every hour. And I'd go to the toilet, clean up a little bit and then come back out, because I knew if I stopped, I would like lose the energy and the drive. But yeah, it was just so much fun, and every experience was so different, and all the guys were so amazing, and the team that I had there on the day were also high energy, and it just made it seem like a big party.
And do they ejaculate?
Well, I mean, some did. Obviously, they've got 40 seconds really.
Yeah.
So, you know, most guys didn't, but a few did. Yeah, it just sort of depended. Some guys, you know, struggled to get hard because it was so much pressure.
That was my next question. What if someone can't get hard? Do they get a refund?
No, well, I mean, it was free, so they didn't have to pay. But I always like to accommodate people. Like even on my site on OnlyFans, if someone's unhappy, I'll do my best to, you know, make sure that they leave with a good experience. I want them to have had a good experience. Same thing with the day. I wanted them to have fun. It wasn't really about me. I wanted to give back to my subscribers, and so, you know, if they couldn't get hard and they were really upset about it, it's like, okay, don't stress. You know, just stand in the corner, do what you need to. Get up some porn, whatever you need to do, go into the bathroom, come back out, whatever you need. And so there was one guy, I think he was there for like 3 hours trying to get hard. And he did. And I was so happy, and he was so happy, and I was like, that's why we're doing this.
Do you think and I say this because I am, do you think it's like a people pleaser thing? Do you want everyone to have a good time when they're with you?
Well, I'm not a people pleaser. I used to be. I literally just love people, and I want everyone to be happy. Like, it sounds so cringe, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm just like, I just want everyone to be happy. I want everyone to have a good time. It's not so much people pleasing, because I'm like, if I don't like, I'm not going to do something I don't want to do. I will say no. But it's like, yeah, I just want everyone to have a good time and to have fun and be happy.
583. Does your mind immediately go, 2026, it's 1,000 this year?
Well, initially, yeah. So like, what was it, 2024, I think I did 600, and then straight away I was like, right, what's my next challenge? And that's when I came up for my 2025 challenge, which was 1,000, and then also to take 500 virginities, which I didn't do, by the way, because life got busy, and actually finding virgins to film with is really hard.
Yeah.
But did do quite a few. I think I ended up doing like 300. But then this year I have different goals. I think I'm done with the challenges. I'm still filming, but I'm trying to focus on more like, I guess like mainstream type content, like with creators. I want to film quality content, which, you know, you don't get when you're filming with, just regular guys, because it's on an iPhone. And I've got so many videos of that. I really want to expand the content that I have, and I don't really need to do any more challenges. I feel like I've got the audience, I've got everyone's attention. Now it's like, okay, I can step back a little bit and focus on, my social media, because I love making social media content and all that kind of stuff.
Do you find that men come to you for the girlfriend experience? Do they come to you that they can find in you in a friend? Do they come to you to sort of cure loneliness? Do you see a thread of the same type?
I think I've got probably like 3 main types of people. I think it's like, the girlfriend experience, which a lot of people will be like, why? Like, you're a slut. Why would they want to like have that experience with you? I think I've always just had that girl next door vibe. And I think and I am a very friendly person, and I've got such good friendships with my subscribers. I've got subscribers on there that I've had for 5 years, and we're literally like my besties. You know what I mean? It's like I send them photos of my dinner. They help me choose what to wear, like stuff like that. And then there's like virgins, a lot of like inexperienced guys who'll come to me for advice, and like they'll want to see, my virgin sex tapes, or like ask me questions, like how do I talk to a girl, all that sort of thing. And then I've got guys that have like kinks, like they might be into pegging, or they might be into something that's a little bit like taboo, and they can't explore that or talk about it in their normal life. And so they'll come to me to express it and to, I don't know, just be open, I guess, and have like a friendship where they can, tell me about things that they've experienced without shame.
Yeah. Are you glad that they are coming to you and sort of perhaps expressing their fantasies with you, and not maybe putting it out to the world where it could end up somewhere bad? Like, do you feel grateful that they almost trust you with that,
Yeah.
those secrets.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a shame that people can be so judgmental with that sort of thing, and I know it's such a burden for them to bear. But I feel like so happy and so proud that I've created such a safe space where they can come and know that they can talk to me without any shame. And yeah, I guess like, you know, it would just be so hard when people are so judgmental, like starting a relationship with someone and then having to, you know, explain that to them and them not understanding. And it's like, well, they know they can come to me, they can talk to me about it, they can tell me their experiences, and I'm just going to be non-judgmental and, you know, help them through it.
A lot of girls go into sex work, and your story is very similar, of seeing people on TikTok perhaps count money or show their extravagant lifestyles. There will be girls who will watch this interview and they will watch us and hear you talking and looking at how beautiful you are, how successful you are. Is there another side to the industry that you just want to give them a heads up?
Yeah, I feel like I've really been trying to make sure people see both sides. Obviously, it can be very luxurious, it can be extravagant and look amazing, but of course there's negatives. People will judge you. You'll probably lose friends, you'll lose family. You know, if you try it and you not fail, but if you don't succeed in the way you want to, and then you try to go back to like a regular life, it's going to be hard. You might not be able to get a job. There's so many things, I think, like if you're going to do this, you have to do it because you love it. You can't just do it because you want to make money. If you want to make money, there's other ways you can do that. People think it's easy, that it's going to be quick money. It's absolutely not. It's the most oversaturated industry, in my opinion. And it's hard. It's hard work. I work 24/7. I love it, and that's why it's okay. But if you don't love it, it would be exhausting, it would be draining, it would be mentally just the toughest thing ever. So yeah, don't recommend it unless you really, really enjoy it.
Next week on Soberly Speaking.
I was losing control of money. I owed money to everyone and everything and everyone that I could, close to 100 grand. But I was making it work. Like I had money going in the right places just to hide it enough from people. And then my best friend at the time, and now my fiancé, I asked for a lump sum of money that I needed to get a bank loan because I didn't have enough on me to get the bank loan that would have paid off all my debts. And I would have got away with it.
Yeah.
No one would ever have known. And then I did that, got that lump sum of money, 10 grand, and I spent it in an hour.